Analytics in DeFi is harder than it looks. The challenge isn't a lack of data, it's that the data lives in different places. Part of the user journey happens off-chain. The rest happens on-chain. Different tools see different parts of that journey. This guide looks at the main analytics solutions in DeFi, what each does well, and where they fall short. The core challenge is that DeFi operates across two separate data silos. Off-chain, you have traffic sources, sessions, page views, referral codes, and campaign data. On-chain, you have wallets, transactions, DeFi positions, tokens, and revenue. The problem is that these systems use different identifiers, sessions versus wallets, and different data models, web analytics versus on-chain analytics. A marketing team might know where a user came from. A blockchain explorer might show every transaction that user made. Connecting those two views is where things get difficult. The typical crypto user journey makes this problem clear. A user might discover your app through a post on X, visit your app, connect a wallet, and leave. A few days later, they come back through another channel or referral and complete a swap. The conversion happens on-chain, invisible to traditional analytics. The journey that led to that conversion happens off-chain, invisible to on-chain analytics. If you only look at one side, you're missing part of the story. Just looking at blockchain explorers and on-chain data doesn't show you where your users come from. To get the full picture, you need analytics across the full funnel, from off-chain to on-chain. Traditional analytics platforms, crypto-native analytics platforms, on-chain data platforms, and custom-built data pipelines. Each category solves a different part of the problem. That's why most serious DeFi teams end up using more than one. Traditional analytics platforms are still useful in DeFi. They help teams understand traffic, funnels, retention, and user behavior on the front end. The limitation is that they were not built around wallets and crypto. Once activity moves on-chain, visibility becomes limited. They can tell you that someone clicked a button. They can't reliably connect that action to a transaction that happened later on-chain. This gap is what crypto-native analytics platforms were built to solve. Instead of treating wallets as external data, they make wallets part of the core data model. That allows them to connect acquisition, product usage, and on-chain activity in one place. The key capability here is unified identity and attribution. Linking wallets to sessions, campaigns, and user activity creates a complete view of the journey from source to transaction. That's the main difference between crypto-native analytics and traditional analytics. On-chain data platforms solve a different problem. Tools like Dune and DefiLlama give teams direct access to blockchain data. They're excellent for research, benchmarking, protocol analysis, and custom reporting. If you want to understand what happened on-chain, they can be a great tool. The limitation is that they don't know how users arrived there. They can't explain which campaigns, channels, or touchpoints led to those outcomes. Some teams decide to build everything themselves. That usually starts with a subgraph, an indexer, or a data warehouse. The appeal is control. The challenge is everything that comes after. Chains upgrade, schemas change, pipelines fail, new edge cases appear. Building a reliable analytics stack often becomes a much larger project than expected, especially when both off-chain and on-chain data need to work together. When you compare these categories side by side, a pattern emerges. Traditional analytics tools work well off-chain. On-chain data platforms work well on-chain. Custom pipelines can do almost anything, but require engineering investment. Crypto-native analytics offer a better alternative. They are designed specifically for connecting the off-chain and on-chain journey for crypto product and marketing teams. That's why leading DeFi growth teams use them as the foundation of their analytics stack. Even with the right tools, several challenges remain. Data fragmentation is one. Identity resolution is another. A single user may control multiple wallets, while a single wallet may represent multiple people. Attribution becomes difficult when users move across channels, chains, and products. And Sybil users make identity resolution more complex. Every analytics stack needs a strategy for handling them. The build versus buy decision usually comes down to where your team creates leverage. Is analytics your team's core competency? Capabilities like attribution, identity resolution, wallet intelligence, and product analytics are often faster to buy than build. They require ongoing maintenance and constant updates as the ecosystem changes. Building in-house only makes sense when requirements are highly specific, or when analytics becomes part of the product itself. Otherwise, teams should spend less time on analytics and more time building products. The right stack also changes as a company grows. Early-stage teams usually need fast answers with minimal setup. Growth stage teams need deeper visibility into acquisition, conversion, and retention. Larger teams often add data warehouses and internal tooling alongside their analytics platform. The common pattern is to start with systems that understand both sides of the user journey and expand from there. That creates a stronger foundation than stitching together disconnected datasets later. The goal of a DeFi analytics stack is simple: connect user acquisition, product behavior, and on-chain activity into a single view. Better access to data helps you build better products and better distribution. That allows teams to measure growth, understand users, and make better decisions. Formo helps you measure what matters on-chain and drive growth. Book a demo at formo.so/demo.